Welcome back, guys. It's Shadow Master here with another Dragon Ball Legends video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about characters that a lot of people did not summon on, but turns out they were very valuable. This is not going to be ranked in order, for example, like God Goku being like the best one, which is not going to be included in this video, of course. Just a quick spoiler. But I'm not going to say God Goku is number 1 and then Goku and Piccolo is going to end up being number 2. Oh my gosh, 46 Gil coins. Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. Not gonna lie. Anyway, but yeah, guys. So I'm not gonna waste any of you guys' time. Let's move on to the first character. So the first character is gonna be none other than Super Baby 2. Now, this guy was very good on release. I actually pulled him right when his banner was there, and I didn't even summon much. I just summoned 300 Chrono Crystals, and I got Red Skies, I got Jocko, the Trunks animation, I got him. And this unit was very good. So, people slept. Now, he wasn't released in the best meta. He was released in a meta where red units were actually terrorizing the game. Red Beast, Super 17. I think there's more actually. Trying to remember, but I know it was like Red Beast Gohan, Super 17. Like those two were terrorizing the game. Like Super 17 just had a lot of combos and he did good damage, while Beast Gohan just can literally one-shot people with the blue card. He can still do that to this day, just with the proper buffs, of course. But even with this guy being heavily countered, he was actually still very good, and people did not see that. First off, he has a counter that I think takes away your vanish, or it's either that or like it takes away your key and you're free to attack. But I don't know. Let's read the grid card. Oh, so also nullifies unfavorable elements. Okay, so I don't think it takes away vanish. But the grid card was very good because I think you weren't able to switch. You weren't able to switch, nor were you able to vanish out of the combo, because this is kind of setting up for the combo. Not only that, but his unique gauge is absolutely insane. His unique gauge... Sorry, just looking at something. So, his unique gauge was actually very broken. His unique gauge, after it fills up, he heals, and it takes away your vanish. As we can read in probably the kit, I don't know if it says it here. Look, okay, so look. So it says right here. So it destroys one of your cards, and it draws a special move next. Then it restores his health and his key. He also gains a Dragon Ball, destroys 2 of your cards. You lose half of your key, maybe even more than that, depending on how much key you read, of course. Just 0 vanish. So pairing this guy with Super 17, you couldn't vanish. If you successfully landed the green card with Super 17, and if you unique gauge activated, that's insane. But the reducing the enemy's vanishing gauge only activates twice. So it isn't like I can just stand here and let him take all these hits and the opponent can't vanish, because it only activates twice. So make sure you're using that carefully. That's even if you still use Super Baby 2. Then it seals the enemy's main ability. So this guy actually had tons of good abilities. I do also want to see this guy's card art. His card art is very good. He also does give extra damage to Saiyans, so it kind of feels like he's getting extra damage to himself. But hey, I'm not going to say anything about it. He also did fit on arguably the best team at the time, which was GT, because of like Bulma and Vegeta, Super 17, the Universal Spirit Bomb Goku, Pan Trunks and Giru Assist, like Parasite Trunks, which wasn't that good, and then of course the man himself, Super Baby 2, which he was on the best teams. Not only that, he was also on Regent, which actually got buffs throughout the entire year. Because, let's think about it, okay? So, Regeneration got a Zenkai. I mean, not Regeneration got a Zenkai. I'm sorry. So he was, I think, the first regeneration LF of 2024, or if not the first regeneration character of all 2024. Yes, Parasite of Trucks, but let's be real, who's using him? So we can just state that Super Baby 2 was the first regeneration character of 2024. Then the Revival Gohan got his Zenkai, and he was good on regen too because he buffed it. Then moving on to the anniversary, of course, which we really didn't get anything during the part 1 that's related to regen. But moving on to the part 2, we actually got Majin Buu Pure Evil, who was top 10 in the game. It may be past that. He was top 10 in the game for a while because of how insane he is. Sadly, he's at the top 10 now, but that doesn't mean that he's like unusable. You can obviously still use him and catch some wins. But not only that, he fit on regen very well. Because you could just run yellow, green, green, or green, green, yellow. It's very good. Except purple units were kind of dominating the game during the time. Ultimate Gohan, Ultra Gold Frieza, and then for red units, Super 17, Shin. Yeah, you get the point. But yeah, so this guy actually fit on very good teams. He also had powerful opponent, which got buffed throughout the entire year. So that was also pretty good. And yeah, that's it for Super Baby 2. He was definitely a very good unit on release, and was also a character that not a lot of people summoned for. But yeah, guys, so let's move on to the next character. So the second character is going to end up being Ultra Golden Frieza. Now I know what you guys are saying. A lot of people did summon for him, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't say it was like 50% of the entire player base. The only reason people didn't summon for this guy is because Anniversary was close. So if Anniversary wasn't that close and this character came out with his abilities, he probably would have been one of the most summoned characters throughout 2024. But again, a lot of people might not like Frieza. A lot of people might not even use the teams he is on. But even then, no matter, you could have paired him up with, because the best team in the game when he released was him, Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and Super 17, and that got a lot of people got a lot of people to God rank. But let me tell you guys how this unit turned out to be very good. Now, I wouldn't say throughout the entire 2024, but throughout at least most of it. First off, he was the first character to finally introduce a comeback ability. So this is like the first Ultra to have a quote-unquote revival. It's kind of like revival, but you just do damage with it. So this was the first character to have an Ultra that can revive, basically. And that ability alone kind of got a lot of people to be like, oh my gosh, seeing this ability, I kind of want to summon for it. But then you're thinking about, man, but the anniversary is so close, I think I'm just skip out. And then you have to go through 2 months of torture with this guy. I couldn't tell you how painful that was. That had to be one of the most painful 2 months of playing Dragon Ball Legends I've ever had in my life. I had to go through freaking Helm Super 17, Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I had to go through Golden Frieza with freaking Lineage of Evil. I had to go through Golden Frieza with Super Baby 2. Like, it was so painful because the comeback ability does way too much damage, even against yellow units. Which I think with the comeback ability, he actually nullifies unfavorable elements. Yes, he does. So it's going to do massive damage anyway. Not only that, but his teams was pretty good. I think the best team he had was obviously Powerful Opponent. Maybe Sagas from the movies, which got buffs during almost most of the year of 2024. Or at least about like half of the year of 2024. So, like, during like the reaching the end mark of 2024, Sagas from the movies has been getting a lot of buffs. I wouldn't say people was using Golden Frieza though. I think people was using more like Garlic Jr. when he first released. I think people was actually using Ultra Golden Frieza because like I don't think Garlic Jr. was like there. Like Garlic Jr. wasn't there at the time, and on top of that, he was like the best purple unit for Sagas. Sorry guys, I'm just stuttering a lot because I'm talking a little bit too fast, so I'm trying to slow it down. But yeah, so this guy actually did so much damage. His main ability nullifies unfavorable element factors for 15 timer counts, and it cannot be canceled. Like, that's what you have to read kits to realize when it says cannot be canceled, then you're free. You can just pop it successfully, and you will be able to nuke somebody. And it does AoE damage, if I'm not mistaken. I think this actually does. I think this actually does do AoE damage to the whole team. But yeah, guys, so that was Ultra Golden Frieza. Again, this is kind of like an agreeable but disagreeable take, because it's agreeable because a lot of people did not summon for this guy because the anniversary was literally like less than 2 months away. But it's disagreeable because a lot of people actually summoned for this guy because he turns out to be arguably the best character in the game on his release. And on top of that, his teams was pretty decent. Actually, were pretty good. Not even decent, very good. And on top of that, he was probably going to get, he's probably going to be very powerful throughout, like, summer 2024, which was true. But, of course, after we got to the yellow units, the guy's kind of becoming, a little bit unusable. He's usable, but just will get probably nuked very easily by, like, a Beast Gohan, or Majin Vegeta, or a Fusing Gogeta Blue, or the Zenkai Gogeta Blue, and so on and so forth. But, yeah, guys, so let's move on to the next character. Him and Super Baby 2 was very valuable, but did not get summoned on. Him and Super Baby 2 fit that actually perfectly. Omega Shenron. This unit was very annoying, especially paired up with Rage Shenron, which was actually one of the most annoying characters of all of the entire game. Just constant paralysis. Anyway, so this was the second character to have the Indestructible, which was actually, Indestructible was kind of like a second life. Kind of like Revival, but you don't really you can gain your health back. So it's kind of like a second life, basically. But it's not like a special animation or anything. Anyway, so this guy was very good. His teams were very good, and he was actually a very powerful unit. With him being powerful, he actually was very tanky too, which you don't see a lot. Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, for example. Speaking of that, I'm skipping all the anniversary characters because the Fusing Gogeta Blue and the Fusing Super Vegeta was very good, and people did summon for them. Ultimate Gohan, people summoned for him. I wouldn't say that much, and I also wouldn't say he's a very balanced unit. He just was too broken. But he was kind of valuable because of his teams. And then God Goku wasn't good on release, so I'm not going to count him. And then Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was just a turn your brain off unit and fight, basically. So this unit, you can actually use this unit, even to this day, and he can actually bring you good results. His teams were actually very good. GT, Powerful Opponent, Regeneration, which he actually fits almost the exact same tags that Super Baby 2 had. He also did work very well with Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta because of GT. So GT was getting tons of buffs. And on top of that, he can draw 2 ultimates, which is very good, actually. When he pops a Great Card, he destroys 2 of your cards. And again, he has 2 ultimates, so that's actually very good. But it only happens when it's a defeated battle member. And after that, he actually gets the 2 ultimates. So this unit was very good on release. His teams were very good. He turned out to be one of the most annoying units. I wished I actually kept summoning for him because I was trying to save for something else like Festival or trying to still get Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which was actually what I was trying to do, and I actually successfully did it. But when I did it, I think Omega Shenron was either gone or he was still here, but I just didn't have enough Chrono Crystals. So actually, I did summon for him, and I did get. That's the reason I got Super 17 up to 6 stars. But yeah, guys. So that is it for Omega Shenron. Let's move on to the next character. So the next character is none other than the best character in the game, always and forever, Garlic Jr. Okay, I'm just playing. But this guy was actually very, oh my gosh, it was so overwhelming. He was so good to the point where I actually wanted the sun for him. It was kind of a good thing I didn't, but it was kind of a bad thing that I didn't. Because he actually would have been one of the best pairings with Ultra Turles, assuming that I even got Ultra Turles, if I kept something on this banner. And Garlic Jr. was also like very, very good. He had endurance. I think he also nullified endurance when he transformed. But again, I could be wrong because I never used Garlic Jr. I did fight against him, but I don't know. By the way, I think this is for all the units that came out in 2024. Literally, that it is. All the colors that came out in 2024 you have to use. Anyway, so Garlic Jr. was very good because he fit on very good teams. Powerful opponent, region, and sagas. Like I said, region and powerful opponent has been getting tons of buffs. Even Goku and Piccolo, which I might include, but I wouldn't say Goku and Piccolo was the most valuable. He was good, he was used, but I wouldn't say he was as good as like a Garlic Jr. But I still might include him, but it's a maybe. But this guy had he did decent damage, but he was probably he was actually the most tankiest unit of all. He was able to hold his own against the likes of Fusing Gogeta Blue, the likes of Super Baby 2, the likes of what else? The likes of Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Broly. Like, heavy damage dealers couldn't stop this guy because he was obviously so tanky. This guy was so annoying, and honestly, if we ever see more units like this that's coming out in 2025, I will honestly be very, very scarred. But I don't think I have much to say about this unit. He just tanks a lot. He can honestly take tons of hits. Like I said, with the likes of Fusing Gogeta Blue, a good damage dealer. Super Baby 2, a great damage dealer. Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, probably one of the most best damage dealing units in the game. Not at the time, but probably top 3 at least. Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, transforming one. Did tons of damage. One-shot people with blue cards. Barely did a thing to this unit. So this unit was obviously very, 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 very tanky, very good, and he was also a character that not a lot of people summoned for, but turned out to be very valuable throughout the entire year. And actually, he is still very valuable, although I wouldn't say he's that usable right now because of the likes of all the other yellow units. But yeah, guys, so we're going to move on to the final, I think, three-ish characters. Let's go. Even to this exact gosh darn day, this unit is still valuable. Top 10 still, in my opinion. So this guy, Tree of My Goku, Triku, whatever you want to call him, I hated this unit. And to this day, I still do. This has to be one of the most annoying units of my entire life. I'm not voice cracking. I'm doing that on purpose. But this has to be one of the most annoying units of my entire life of playing Dragon Ball Legends. Because mind you, okay, so this is a range type unit. Okay, so this should add some range to it. First off, his green card. Not that insane. Destructo Disc, but it nullifies cover change and then it inflicts bleed. So your green card does damage. You also gain damage, but I want to think the green card is the most annoying part. Not even close. This guy can draw 2 ultimates. This guy can draw 2 ultimates. I'm 100% certain of that. This guy can draw 2 ultimates. But not only that, his blue card. He regains 100% to vanish 3 times with this blue card. And funny enough, I do not ever see that. I actually see this unit drawing freaking 3 blue cards in a game. Maybe more than that sometimes. This guy is obviously this dude was very annoying. Although I find it kind of weird that this guy was paired up with the Tree of Might with the Turles Crusher Corpse. Again, that was kind of stupid, but again, I can't control what Dragon Ball Legends does. I try to give my feedback and hope that people agree with me. But this guy had a blast cover change, range type units, will most likely have blast cover changes. I wouldn't say all range type units, but some range type units does. He has blast armor. Funny enough, I think that hold on. Oh, so this guy also notifies of favorable element factors. Now, this guy, in my opinion, not even in my opinion, but I think this guy was like the original starting to try to counter Ultra Super Saiyan for Gogeta. That's what made this guy very annoying. This was the original counter Ultra Super Saiyan for Gogeta, because then Ultra Super Saiyan for Gogeta was still getting used, but of course he wasn't getting used that much because you knew he would have gotten cooked. I wouldn't say he would have got one shotted because of his unique gauge that could have made him heal, and he's basically untouchable unless you freaking rush him, which yeah. So this guy, a lot of people didn't summon for him because a lot of YouTubers said you shouldn't summon for him because we might get like a part 4, which we did, and of course the festival was approaching, so you weren't really supposed to summon for this unit. But turns out as the years start going on and stuff, people realized that they should have summoned for this character, myself included, which I did, but I ended up getting Raisin and Lakase, Almond or Ahmad, whatever his name is. He sucked. The only thing that was good was that he fainted. And then, of course, we had Days, which was actually the best out of all the Turles Crusher Core because his damage output was very good. But yeah, guys, so we'll move on to the final 2 characters. I think this should actually be very self-explanatory. Ultra Turles. This guy was a character a lot of people did not summon on, and he turned out to be absolutely insane. The second comeback unit of 2024. And yeah, it was amazing. Except there is like one thing I would have said they could have done with the comeback is that it could have actually locked you in. But I think that would have probably made this too broken because you literally couldn't attack. Which is kind of should be the main point of comeback. You really can't attack. You have to sit there and take the damage. Kind of like with Ultra Golden Frieza. They probably should have made this guy, like, make the opponent not be able to switch, but also takes the opponent vanishing away. But yeah, so his teams were also very good. Powerful opponents, songs for the movies. He was with Turles Crusher Cores, and a lot of people actually did use him on that team, but I think it was just for fun. Nobody in Gowring was actually running him, Days, and Cacao. Like, at least that's what I saw. His main ability is amazing. He restores his own vanishing gauge by 100% with that. His freaking ultimate does tons of damage. His blue card does tons of damage. His green card's very good because it notifies cover change. You know, blast armor has a cover change against strike cards. Reduce Dragon Balls though. This is not good. That's nice. And then of course, yeah, this unit, even to this day, to this exact day, a top 5 unit in my opinion. Top 5 unit in my opinion. You can agree, you can disagree, but I still think that Turles remains top 5 in the game. And the reason I'm saying that is because this guy, we're looking at the same person. This guy is so annoying. Because with the release of Ultra Beast Gohan, the fact that Ultra Beast Gohan was a yellow unit showed you that this unit was going to gain value. Because red units has been getting a lot. Gotenks, Daimaku, Mai. But with Ultra Beast Gohan releasing, this guy would have got value because he would protect Beast Gohan from all of the reds. So this guy was very, very good. And to this day, he still is. So this guy is honestly just very good. And honestly, this guy is one of the ultras that can get you to God rank. Like, guaranteed. I wouldn't say it's a guarantee you're going to get to God rank, but he's like a character that's guaranteed for you to help you get to God rank. But yeah, so let's move on to the final character. So the final character is going to be none other than Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. I don't know what else you want me to say about this guy. He was very insane, and to this day, he still is insane. Let's just break this down. So this guy had the best teams in the game. Hybrid Saiyans, I think top 3 teams in the game right now. Majin Buu Saga, top 3 teams in the game right now. Fusion Warriors, top 5 team in the game right now. Now, that's not it though. This guy restores his vanishing gauge when he pops blast and strike cards. Now, that we're not done yet. His green card gains your vanishing gauge 60% of the goddamn time. Blue card, 10% chance to 20% chance to faint. Ultimate, tons of damage. I don't know what else I have to say about that. I don't know how to explain this. I'm just gonna say that this guy was the character that has gotten a lot of value, but nobody summoned for him, me included. And I wanted to summon for him because this guy was actually very good, but I realized that I couldn't because the Legends Festival was close. Turns out I probably should have summoned for him because he's better than Goku Black, which was the character I summoned for. Anyway, so this guy was very good, and honestly, he was a character a lot of people did not summon for. Thank you. He was a character that a lot of people did not summon for. But his main cause was to be able to regain tons of vanish, which is very good because vanishing is the most important thing in PvP. Arguably, not even arguably, the most important thing in PvP. Because you can use all extreme units. You could stand a chance if you have the vanishing gauge. So, to put it into perspective, this guy was very good. And still very good to this day. Top 10 in the game. And it's not even arguably. He is top 10 in the game. Range type fits all the top 3 teams that are top 5 right now. Restores tons of advantage, kind of like God Goku. Which I'm not going to include him because he just got his plat equipment. I'm talking about on release. And, yeah. So, that will be the final... Wait a minute. I'm actually forgetting 2 more characters. So, I don't feel like going to the 2 characters, literally on my stuff. So, I'm just going to go to their banners instead because they're legit right next to each other. Daima Goku. Very good to this day. Top 10, not even arguably. For somebody who pulled him, he is very good. Okay, along with Tamagami, because there's some 1% Sparkies too. Tamagami to this day is very good. Best purple in the game. Say Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, say the Tag Blues, whatever. Tamagami is, in my opinion, still the best purple unit in the game. Anyway, so Daima Goku was a very good damage dealer. And on top of that, his teams was pretty solid. You know, Sun Family, Saiyans. I wouldn't say his teams was the best, but they were solid. I wouldn't say that the Diamond Tag actually was very good. Pair him up with the blue Diamond Goku and the green Diamond Goku, or him, Tamagami, and the green Diamond Goku, or Glorio. Because I've seen people with God Ring actually use Daima Saga teams, and they be cooking actually. And so this guy, in my opinion, is actually very, very good. He's a character that a lot of people did not summon on because of the Ultra and the fact that it wasn't a gosh darn Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo, which I'm glad that Beast Gohan turned out to be the Ultra. A lot of people aren't glad because either 1, you got shafted, or 2, you just don't want another Gohan. And most likely, it's probably because you got shafted. But anyway, so as we started getting, because this guy gained value because of Beast Gohan. Funny enough, this is actually the most balanced Gohan of 2020, of all, and yet he's the best character in the game. I don't know what to say about that. A balanced Gohan that's the best character in the game. When have you ever seen a balanced unit being the best character in the game? I never saw it. You guys probably think that he's kind of toxic. I don't think that this unit is balanced oh my goodness. He's definitely the most balanced out of all the Gohans, but it doesn't mean that this character is balanced though. But we're not talking about Gohan right now. We're talking about Daimaku. But because of Beast Gohan, this unit has gained value because of the immense amount of yellow units we've gotten. And as the more yellow units we get, the more value this Daimagoku is going to get. So just lock that into your brains. Then we have the Transforming Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I would say he's a character that is super duper good, but he's a character that's pretty decent. You know, he does have good combos, a lot of combos actually. He does have tons of nullifying endurance and cover change. His teams are pretty good, actually very good, like Majin Buu Saga. But I don't really think there's anything else like super special. But this unit is still obviously very good. Yeah, guys, so that's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed it, please guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys, and peace.